You know who this is? Oh, this is Marc motherfucking Silvestri.
Gotta have that drop.
That's who it
every
be.
time.
Every time.
That is who it is. Marc motherfucking Silvestri.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, I'm feeling good tonight, man. It's gonna be a fun show. I'm
Hell
looking
yeah.
forward to this all week.
Yeah, man. This is the 93 Knicks versus Bulls. Which one's the Knicks? Which one's the Bulls? We'll find out.
Oh man, that's a good comparison.
It's a great
That's
comparison.
hard. I hear that echo again. You hear it?
That's me. I don't know what to do.
Hello, hello, hello. Yep, it's Sean. Can you guys hear the echo in the chat? If not, it's all good. We'll just keep on rolling. Oh man, we got Peter.
Hail, Peter. Yeah.
Hail, brother. Good to
My
see you.
technicality for being a pro. My God.
That's true. That's
What's up,
true.
Nuff?
The reason why Sean should be part of the CG Kings.
Yeah.
Because he was technically in the industry, you know?
Mhm.
So let's make it happen, guys. Got Nefarious in the house. What's going on, brother? Good to see you.
Hail.
Let's see. Comic Book Bob, my favorite image crossover book of all time. Yes. Jim and Mark's work was on another level in this. Absolutely, dude.
Hey,
That's why
man.
I'm extremely excited to get into this. There's some killer work.
Killer.
I have the Killer Instinct comics. Hell yeah, Jake. Good to see
Yeah,
you, brother.
Jake.
We got Paul in the house.
Hail, Paul.
Nicholas Gia.
What's up, Nicholas?
Of course, the man himself, Mr. Rick Sala.
The one
Good
and
to see
only.
you. Good to see you. Hail.
Hail.
Let's see. We got
Marc.
should be a good one tonight, says Mark. Yeah, dude. This is gonna be fun. Jay Lee, evening Joe. Evening, Jay Lee. How you
Jay
doing?
Lee. Oh my God, we have a legend.
There's Crazy Mad in the house.
Yeah.
This man. Who day?
Yeah.
It's Black Guts. What's going on, brother?
Yes.
I'm giving a few minutes of what little attention span I have left tonight.
We appreciate it,
I
guy.
appreciate it. Yes, thank you very much. Got Jasper.
Yeah,
Hail.
Jasper.
Hail,
Hail,
Jasper.
brother.
Hopefully this will be entertaining to you, Jasper. We got
Mhm.
the man, Scary Batman Jenkins. What's going on? What is up? You know what's a name I haven't seen in a little while? Bloodstrike.
Yeah. Yeah, what
That
happened to
dude
that person?
Yeah, that dude was coming around for a little while, and then it was pretty fun because he seemed like a really big image guy.
Has to be if he's got Rob's art as his avatar.
Yeah. So hopefully he comes back because I think he would really appreciate these books. So before we get started, just a quick update, guys. I talked to the printers today, and the ash cans are being shipped out today.
Ooh.
So I should have them. And I got to tell you, these covers look amazing. They're using a different kind of printing technology or whatever at this shop. That's the first time they've had it. So I saw a preview of what the cover looks like. And the gold looks awesome. Don't get me wrong. But the silver
Awesome.
is going to be banging.
Silver and gold.
Yeah, it's going
I
to be
might
awesome.
have to steal
You guys
that.
see it. Joe, check your Twitter real fast. Been working on that Jim Lee homage. X-Men 269. Oh, I'll check it out. Hold on a second. What's up? Is Sean old enough to remember back when they actually played freaking basketball?
I'm only
Well,
16.
Yeah. I remember when they played basketball. Yeah, I was
Mhm.
pretty young, but I do remember that.
I got my John Starks
yeah,
jersey.
let me check this out real quick. Oh shit, that's looking good. I like it. You want me to bring it up, Jay Lee? Let me know. I'll bring it up. But yeah, so the ash cans are being shipped to me. I should hopefully have them by next week, and then we're gonna start fulfilling and getting them out. And then it's on to the campaign. So by the way, Reaper Destroyer, Indiegogo mailing list is live right now. If you haven't, go to it, check it out, sign up for it, share it on social media, spread the word. I appreciate everybody that's been out there hitting the ground hard, sharing this thing. People have been sending super chats, just spreading the word, and you guys are amazing for it. So thank you so much. May 14th. I know there's some confusion out there, but May 14th, Michael Bancroft's channel, 9 p.m. Eastern. Mark your calendars.
But what will we be doing before that? It's going to be a long day, brother. It's going to be a long day.
Yeah. Oh, well, yeah. It's going to be an absolutely long day. We're going to be streaming beforehand. We got a tailgate party on Ott and stuff at 7. I think we're going to do. I might stream early that morning, too, just to kind of get the hype train going and just have a lot of fun.
Hell yeah. I'll be there.
I've got the absolute Wildcats. The Cyberforce issues are included. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I want to get that. I want to get that
deal.
because of that reason. Yeah. All right. Before we get started, I'm going to bring this thing up that Jay Lee shared with me because it's pretty cool and I like it. So this is an homage to X-Men. What did you say it was?
269?
269.
69.
So yeah, it's what he's working on right now. It's
Oh
cool.
Yeah, that's my favorite. Yeah, that book is my favorite Jim Lee art because Art T-Bear inked the fuck out of it. I remember having dinner with Rob, and he's like, "What's your favorite?" Whatever. I'm like, "Oh, this and that." He's like, "Art did that." I'm like, "I know."
Yeah, it's Zombie Miss Marvel, or Zombie Miss Marvel versus Rogue. Yeah, it's just an iconic cover, man. Look at the bend in action. Yo, if you just think of the original cover, look at the bend in action it gets. It's just very, very dynamic. You capturing it well, Jay. It looks good. Everyone getting Ritalin in launch day. Oh, everyone getting Ritalin in launch day. Why did I swear they said lunch? I did not see the A. I swear I'm thinking to myself, lunch day. What is lunch day? Yeah, possibly, man.
Snack pack.
What's up, peeps? Ready to watch some Killer Instinct? Yes. Yes. It's definitely a Killer Instinct, that's for sure. She spawned versus Lotus in this one. Nice. Looking good, man. Thank you for sharing that with me. I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm looking forward to when that's done. That's going to be badass. Yeah, Al Art really hooked that book up with great inks. Oh, RT Bear?
Yeah.
I got you. Yeah. All right, guys. Let's get rolling on this because I'm excited. I'm excited to tear into this. We got less issues than we normally do. I think there's only 4. Oh, it's 5. 5 issues because of this issue. Now, let's do a little context before we dive into here. So obviously, we all know we're here. We're fans of Jim Lee. We're fans of Marc Silvestri. We're fans of Image Comics. 1992, they launched Image Comics, broke away from Marvel, did all that stuff. We know the history. They all came out with their miniseries, and specifically, let's focus on Wildcats and Cyberforce. Wildcats and Cyberforce came out. I gotta tell you, man, that Wildcats miniseries 1 through 4 is some of my favorite Jim Lee work, hands down. There's something energy about it. In the line work and everything, you can tell these guys are on their own for the first time. Nobody holding them back or telling them, they can't do this or can't do that. And they're just flexing because they're just doing what they want to do, giving the fans what they want. And there's just some beautiful art, beautiful layouts in there. Marc Silvestri was doing his thing too. Now, I'll say, I think Marc found his footing later on than the other guys found their footings. Like when he hit like the late 90s and really started to kind of tweak his style a little bit is when I think he took off and really got pushed himself above everybody else. Because right now the mainstream guys, Jim Lee, Rob Liefeld, Todd McFarlane, they were ruling the roost, So, but his miniseries came out and was awesome. It was fun characters. So I wanted to start with Wildcats 5 because this is actually not part of the Killer Instinct miniseries, but it's got the lead in, I guess you could say. Like it sets everything up and going into part 1.
I gotta say, when he finished Wildcats 4, he did Deathblow in a darker image.
Yes.
And I think that recharged him artistically. And with this book, knocked it out of the park. Knocked up his level in cross-hatching, detail, this and that.
Yeah, this book particularly. So I think 1 through 4 of Image is some of my favorite of Wildcats, some of my favorite Jim Lee work, just because of what I said. My favorite work of all time is probably this book, because this was just an epic feat to do everything he does in this book. And I don't even know if I have the room on here to capture everything in camera. I'll do my best though, because of all the layouts and the fold outs and stuff. And as for Killer Instinct, I have all the gold and silver editions signed by them all. That is the shit, man. That is awesome. Scott Williams is on those, or inks on those were amazing. Yeah. Scott Williams is the man, dude. He was killing it in the early 90s. He was as big of a part of the Image scene and the big artistic boom as any of the artists in that day.
Well, he polished off Jim, like without.
He also did Marc for a little while.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, of course.
He did Dale on Pit 2. He helped out on that. So he was one of the big names along with those artists.
Well, he was a huge part to me where Jim Lee was Jim Lee. His murder.
Yeah. When I found out Spartan was a cyborg, mind blown. Yeah, that was a good reveal. Yeah, that was a really good reveal. All right, so that's the context of it. And so we all know that Marc Silvestri and Jim Lee shared a studio for a while, or at least Marc was in Homage Studios / Wildstorm before he started Top Cow and broke off and did his own thing with Top Cow. So this Killer Instinct is not necessarily Wildstorm versus Top Cow, because I don't think Top Cow existed yet.
It might have been Ballistic Studios for like a hot minute.
Okay. Yeah. So this was still kind of all in the same studio, but it's the first time that any of the big teams actually crossed over with each other. I'm not talking about like a cameo here or there, which they all did in the miniseries.
Yeah.
But this was a concentrated story to bring these two teams together, and it has all the feels of like an X-Men Marvel crossover, because basically these are derivative characters of Marvel characters, and there's nothing wrong with that. And the storyline brought these two awesome teams together, and we get to see two masters just duking it out here. But we're going to start with some of the most beautiful art you're ever going to see in your lives. Fold outs galore in this issue. Killed me as a kid. Yeah, dude. I mean, this blew my mind as a kid. As we get into this, he did both Marc and Jim at the start of Image. He was the secret weapon of Image. Yeah, absolutely. Hey, past Master Dan. He said, "Dear God, who isn't streaming right now?" I know, right? Yeah. I thought we were going to have this block to ourselves, and all of a sudden I'm seeing this person pop up, this person pop up. But it's all right. It's all right. The diehards will be here. So, okay.
Youngblood.
What?
You said diehards.
Oh, diehards. Yeah. So this is just okay. First off, I just want to say that face is amazing. Joe Chiodo on colors here is just absolutely destroying the competition at this point in time, in my opinion. Like, he was just, everything he did was killing it. And if you've seen a lot of these videos we do, you see the work he's done on Pit, and other books that we've looked at, just insane. But the thing that's special about this book is just epic proportion. It's just like you said, fold out after fold out. And I love how this was just designed. I mean, there's some thought that went into this, to pull all these pages out, make them just, it's a journey. It's a journey and an adventure to get through this book.
Yeah.
We got Ariana Howard. What's going on? Hey, I hope I pronounced that right. Sorry if I butchered that. I do that quite a bit around here. And so you go from that, and then, all right, this is just, oh my God. Absolutely damn gorgeous.
Now, for my own personal promotion, I wanted the first two, page 2 and 3 of Type 1 to be similar to this. And I've had talks with Joe back and forth, like, how can I make it yada, yada, yada. And I think at the end I pulled it off. Not as good because I'm not as Jim Lee, but, that's the vibes I was going for.
Good job. Yeah, I could feel it.
Yeah.
Ariana. Okay,
Or
Ariana. I was close. Sorry. Ariana. It's okay. Just call me Ari. All right. I like it.
Like a target?
I think I can do it now. Ariana, though. I think I can do that. When someone says Die Hard, Sean thinks Youngblood. I think Nakatomi Tower. Yes. Good call. Welcome to the party, pal. This is just insanely unimaginable that this could even be drawn. Because think about how big this is, guys. You got 11 by 17 pages.
Oh, God.
Of what these things are drawing on. One of those pages, one of these pages is this friggin' big. Okay?
11 by 17.
One of these pages, a comic book page, is that big. This is a friggin' 4-page pullout. Imagine keeping the perspective. I mean, because drawing big is not easy. It really isn't. Drawing super small, in my opinion, is a little tough, and drawing super big is really tough. But the fact that this page just works so well, and your eyes move perfectly through the page with the leg and the foot of Zealot's, her kind of jumping, kicking, crashing position. And you have all that detail. Look at the glass and the debris. You got Grifter doing his thing. I mean, and then you finish it off with these guys just getting fucking wasted.
Yep.
Man, I don't know how long it took him to do this, but this is still one of the most gorgeous things I've ever seen in a comic book. It still boggles my mind to this day, some 30 years later, you know?
Sucks we don't get stuff like this anymore.
I know, man. That's why we got to bring it back. We got to bring it back. What size did Jim Lee draw the original art for this? I would assume 11 by
They're
17.
11 by 17 boards.
Jim wasn't a guy that did a lot of thumbnailing. And maybe he did it early in his career. I'm not sure. Maybe somebody knows him a little bit better and knew him. You know, we could ask Art maybe, you know, that worked with him. But Jim was one of those guys that liked to go straight to the board, as far as I know. He didn't do a lot of thumbnails and then blew them up like Rob would do, like some of the other guys would do. He'd go right to the board and just draw it out, keep that energy. So I feel like he did this entire thing on 11 by 17 layouts. And that, to me, can you imagine doing that on your artboard? Right,
No.
on your drawing table that holds maybe 3. I mean, it depends. He could have had a big ass drawing table, but that holds maybe like 3 in a row of these 11 by 17s.
Looking at a blank page is very daunting and intimidating because you got to fill it. And imagine just doing that. You're like, oh God.
Yeah, and it just continues. It just continues. I don't know how many pages this actually has in it. I haven't counted it. I've seen Jim Lee, Jim draw. He just take a line and go. Yeah. Absolutely. That's what's impressive about it. I got Groken Replicator 1 through 3 today. Fuck yeah, dude.
Very cool.
Waiting. I got my Replicator. I'm waiting on my Groken. Can't wait. It's gonna be extremely exciting.
I got
Another book
Reeboks
that
too.
just looks beautiful. I hope we got to see a 4-page spread on a 2-page spread. Yes, 4-page. I don't think that's going to be able to happen. Maybe in the next book. Although I'll tell you what, in issue 2, there's going to be some epic fights in issue 2 that I could possibly see if I could do something like that. I'd have to figure out how the financial is when it comes to the printing, because that's, you know, that's a task in itself. So 44 by 17, yikes. Yeah, it's insane, Peter. It is. I got Sleepy Hollow and Bullet Maker today. Nice. I haven't heard of Bullet Maker. Sleepy Hollow, that's PTP's thing, right? We got Die-Cast Metal Joe. Holy crud. They did this for an entire issue. They did.
For the most part,
I've never seen it done again. You know, I've never seen this kind of epicness done again. Maybe once or twice. But this is just like again and again. You're going to see these massive shots. So anyway, just some beautiful work by Jim Lee. Kind of capturing you, bringing you back into the world of Wildcats after the miniseries was so good. I don't know who created this character. I don't know if it was a mutual creation or Jim created it or Marc created it or whatever. I don't know that information. But I also was a cool character, and I don't know how many times you see this character pop back up in the 90s with these two teams. Maybe it does and I missed it. So if you know, let me know. There's an advertisement, cool advertisement for that Killer Instinct crossover, which this is the kickoff for. This is like the tailgate party for. Ariana says, I'm now on 130 pages of my original graphic novel. Holy shit.
Wow.
Damn, that's huge. All right, that's awesome. That's awesome. I'll tell you what, if you ever want to come on Out and Stuff and talk about it, hit us up. Let us know.
We have PayPal.
We have PayPal. Yep, we do. Yeah, Jim was just kicking at another level. I think if you look at the art we're going to see in this series that Jim does specifically, I think Jim was kind of tweaking his style. He was going to a little bit more of a clean.
Yeah.
You know, the rendering's still there, but there's a lot more solid blacks instead of like heavy rendering lines and you know, line work out of stuff. Still
That's
great.
my favorite, yeah. Look at that
Still
gesture.
Great. Yeah, this is great. But yeah, I think this is the kind of the start of Jim Lee doing his super clean kind of drawing before he went kind of cartoony with the stuff he would later do when J. Scott Campbell got big. Oh yeah. All right, here we go. Back to it.
Pogs.
Back to it. Some more pull-out pages. I don't know how long it took him to do this, and I don't know if how big of a gap it was between this one and the next issue, but this had to be a daunting task. Any of these were my two favorite and still favorites of that era. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
The thing with Jim's art is he had more time to work on it than he did at Marvel. Yeah, that was one of the things at Image that, you know, people complain about late books and stuff, and I get it. But the reason why we got such awesome art was because they had more time to actually put into it. And at that time, guys, art was selling the books.
Yeah.
You know, the story was second at that time to the art. People were buying this because it was just, you didn't see stuff like this. Even back at that point in time, you didn't see art like this. This was an explosion of just talent after talent, technique after technique that kept making things better and better and better. And then the colors came along and just made things pop off the chart. This is just another epic 4-pager. I mean, just think again of the massive size of this and the gesture, everything's perfect on this.
Yeah, this is a fuck you to everybody.
Yeah, this is just like a perfect. Proportions are perfect. I can't find like really a single flaw. I'm sure somebody could go through here and do it if they really wanted to, but from my eye, from my eye, just enjoying the epicness of the art, I can't find a single flaw in these big pages. They're laid out and done so well. Shout out to everybody who worked on this book. Jim, Scott, Joe, killed it. Oh, and then get the last page. So anyway, that introduced the character Misery, and that character is going to be the one that crosses over the two teams. She has a relationship with Warblade and Ripclaw, kind of a love triangle, so to speak, if I remember correctly.
That looks a little Brett face on the bottom, the Spartan.
Yeah,
of that era.
It's funny because there's a few things in this book where I feel like he might have had other ghost finishers.
Sure.
Not on the big pages.
No.
The big pages are all Jim. You can tell he spent some time on that. But there's a couple just regular pages where I thought maybe he had, you know, Brett, or maybe, I'm not sure when Ryan Benjamin came along. But there's a few faces that look maybe a little different, but close, that he might have had a ghost finisher, loose layout and a ghost finisher.
Mm-hmm.
You know, stuff like this. But still, overall, this is still some epic work in this issue. Just so well done. One of my favorite issues to this day, probably will always be. Isn't Bulletmaker a war campaign book? I have no idea.
Couldn't tell you.
For sure, super tight and smooth before he took time off for Italy. Oh,
yeah.
And that darker look he had leading into his run on Batman. Yeah. This was actually a little bit before that too, because this would have only been like 94.
About like 9 years, 93.
93. Yep, you're right.
I'm a nerd.
I love that spread. Yeah, I love everything about this, guys. I can't say enough good things about this particular book. You will never hear me complain about Jim's art after how much he helped me when I started out back then. Storytelling and running DC. Yeah, we'll go off on but art never. Oh, I got you. Yeah. The art, I separate the people from the art, you know.
Oh, you gotta, because
you just have to, you know. So it doesn't matter what somebody might do in their personal life, unless it's like, you know, crazy bad, like murder or something like that, or, you know, just whatever. But if somebody becomes an asshole in life, it is what it is. But if that art still is appealing to you, like I'll separate that and still find enjoyment out of it. Jim Lee straight up flexing on everyone in the industry with these fold outs. Yeah, and that's what I loved about this era. You know, is this entire era with Image was a flex by most of the guys. And then they were competing with themselves like crazy because they wanted to bury each other. You know, they wanted to be the top dog.
Mm-hmm.
Jim Lee knew that he was the top dog for a while, and he didn't want to be knocked off that hill. And he comes out with an issue like this. I guarantee you, all the other founders of Image looked at this book and were just like, "Holy shit!" You know, we have to step our game up. And I'll say this: comparative in this run, Marc Silvestri is my favorite artist. Comparative in this run, I thought Jim Lee had the upper hand on art, to Marc at this point.
Mhm.
But you saw a giant jump in Marc over the next coming years in his art, especially when he started teaming up with inkers like Bat. When Bat came on and started inking his work, you saw finally Marc kind of being inked the way he should be inked, and they got some awesome colors, and they started really competing there, and Jim and Marc started really flexing. Jasper, I don't know, but it's Joe Ball's art. Oh, cool.
That's a win.
That is a win. Anytime Joe Ball is on a project, that is a very, very much a win. Gosh, what a masterpiece. Yeah, I agree, man. It's just, this book was sick. It absolutely was, Bob. Absolutely was. I'm excited now. You can tell. I just get excited when I read that book. To this day, at 40 years old, I get as excited as I did when I was like 14 or whatever it was when I first read it. You can go back and look, and you had that coming out. You had Spawn coming out, Cyberforce all coming out. They were rocking, yeah. What's going on, Ace?
What up, Ace?
By the way, everyone's new campaign coming out April 24th. He will be on Odd and Stuff on April 27th, I believe.
I believe so.
Right after he launches the Ace 2. So
Can't
check
wait.
that out.
Great book. Enjoyed the first one. What up, Jerry?
What's going on, Jerry? He says, and look what a product you got for these books at that cover price, head and shoulders above today's $5 books. Yeah, I know it hurts looking back. I mean, even that at that time, $195, I think was kind of expensive for that time. Maybe,
oh yeah,
because I think it was more like what $125, $150 was still kind of the standard.
Mm-hmm.
But you got better. I mean, the books on this, the quality of paper that they use on their books was top notch. I mean, you held a Marvel book still, even in '93. They were still using kind of like the newsprint kind of paper, and it was just, there was no contest. You couldn't stand up to Image at this time, and then this was, everything they did was a total flex.
Nice.
Oh shit, no shit, dude, that's awesome. All right, so here's the actual first part, and they kind of give you the books that are going to be involved. So it's going to start out with Wildcats 6. We're going to go to Cyberforce 2, Wildcats 7, and end in Cyberforce with issue 3. So this is the usual guys in this book. You would think Jim Lee, Scott Williams, Joe Chiodo. I'm sure he probably has some help in this book, but this is just the era of Jim Lee doing some fantastic work, clean work. I don't think he's did clean lines like this again until maybe Batman and Robin style wise, because he went through a couple different styles, especially with Death Blow, but that was just like kind of on his own thing.
Oh, he's ripping off Frank.
Yeah. So, but like in his actual line work, he would go back and forth from the rendering to whatever. But this was some of the cleanest work, some of the best work I've seen from Scott. I mean, the inks on this are smooth, they're tight. I'd love to see some black and whites of this. I think it'd just be absolutely gorgeous. I
just saved an image from Marc's run. I just can't find it, like the other day. From I think it was the second issue of the Cyberforce.
Oh, no shit.
See if I can find it.
Yeah, no in the chat.
Hell no. Nah.
Yeah. Bowl Maker's made by the sick fucks that made memes mocking Anna's dead sister. Oh, that sucks.
Well, fuck those guys.
Yeah. Joe Ball's art probably amazing, but yeah, that shit's not cool. Doesn't have anything to do with me. Oh yeah, go back to both guys. All right. So what I liked about this scene, what I always thought was really cool, is it takes place in the air. I just loved the concept. Whoever was writing the script and was like, "This is what we're gonna do." Their ship gets exploded and they're just left out, free falling. And you just see all the characters have to figure out what to do. Some can fly. Actually, only two can fly, and the rest can't. So they're all just falling, having to figure out how to survive. It's a pretty cool, pretty intense scene. Well designed.
And a great way to get rid of background detail.
Oh, yeah.
Just painting clouds. It's like, all right, we're flying.
Yeah. Good tricks of the trade right there. Yeah, I liked Brandon's show. I actually did. Like, honestly, guys, people give Image shit for the writing, and maybe the writing wasn't top notch, but when I go back and I read Wildcats, Brandon show, and I read Cyberforce, and I think it was Alan Silvestri was writing Cyberforce. Wasn't his like brother or cousin or
I
something?
believe so. Yeah.
It doesn't say in here. Or at least maybe for the miniseries. I thought they were well
He
written.
fired his brother. That's awesome.
I mean, maybe I'd have to look harder, but I thought they were well written books. They're fun books. They're books of the day. You know, this is what was cool about comic books. Like, you didn't need to reinvent the wheel. You didn't need to give Shakespeare.
Nope.
You needed to have fun characters. You know, an action adventure, and a compelling story. And that's what these were. These were action movies. You know, that's what comic books were. I feel like they are supposed to be our action movies. Give me some story, but I'm here for the action. You know, I'm here for Jerry Bruckheimer blowing shit up.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
that's what I'm here for. I'm here for The Rock, right?
Yeah.
I'm here for the cool saturation in color tone. I'm here for the winding, spinning shots, you know, that he would do. That's what I'm there for. Give me a cool story on top of that.
Hell yeah. The Kaplowies.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. So Comic Book Bob said Mark was plotting the books, but Alan was writing. Okay, that's what I thought, yeah. And I dug it, man. I dug it. I love the colors. I wonder how long it took to make the comic. I would say, I mean, probably a month, couple months, you know, depending on how long, when they actually started.
Yeah.
Supposed to be, yeah.
Supposed
I
to
mean,
be.
these all came out later than they were supposed to be, so maybe they took longer, but
But again,
would have been
above and beyond anything Marvel or DC was doing, color wise.
Yeah. Victor said Jim Lee had great art too during his Divine Right run. It was so also clean. Yeah, I liked it, but that was also kind of his version of J. Scott Campbell. He was very kind of cartoony in that era of his art, and he you could tell he adopted a lot of like Campbellisms into his art, just like Silvestri did with Turner. You know, I mean, all the guys. Fine. Yeah, you see what's selling books, you see what's hot, you see what people are liking, you add that into your art. Everybody's going to do it. But that wasn't my most favorite. I'll say that, Victor. That was not my most favorite style for his art. Love the colors. I wonder how long it. Oh, sorry, I heard that. Back when Wilson, Brandon, and Jim were basically in an apartment, and Jim Wills would throw ideas to Brandon when they were working on X-Men, and he would tell him if it was cool or sucked.
Well, my buddy Carl was their assistant, so I've got some stories that I can't share, but yeah, that wasn't a really good time.
Jay Lee said, I believe it was 2.5 or 3 weeks once they got into the groove, but starting out was more like 8 weeks. That sounds about right. Yeah, I'd take the writing over today's boring writers any day. No sitting around a coffee shop for 6 pages in a Brandon Choi book. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And shout out to Carl Alstader.
Oh, yeah.
Just in general.
Yep. You know, he was doing stuff for a while. Mm-hmm. He was Jim Lee's assistant for a while. So, you know, he was doing probably a lot of these backgrounds, you know, tightening stuff up.
Well, especially during the Extinction Agenda, like the cool mech robots and all that stuff, that's all Carl. Like his designs and all that.
Nah, that's sick.
Look at that cross hatching. Damn. Some beautiful feathering.
That was what I loved about the early Image books. You had to have something like this in almost every book. Mm-hmm. There was somebody I saw on Twitter today ask a question about double page spreads. You know,
I saw that. Yeah,
this, or you like it like this. I love it. I love the page turn.
I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, this is something I love. I don't know if it just became outdated to some people, and it's just like some people are okay. Some people are so lazy that when you're reading a book, you can't go like this for 2 seconds to read the book.
Yeah. You know I'm sorry to inconvenience you.
God, yeah, so I got to inconvenience you. It's, you know, to flip the book so you can see some great art. You know?
You broke the flow of my reading. Shut up, nerd.
I say go for it.
Yeah.
And you can draw. I mean, you can't draw this going this way. You can't do the full body shots. You can, but it's going to be smaller. It's going to be more compacted. You turn it this way, you just have more room to draw. It's higher. You know, it's designed for stuff like this. All right. The Spawn reveal in Spawn 1.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just saying, like, you got to do it. I'm cool with it. Do it every time. Yeah, this one was great. They killed it in this. And
here's a little secret. Like, you could just draw an 11 by 17 page and just turn it over, and the printer does that.
Smart camel toe.
Camel toe.
I wasn't looking at his crotch.
Well, you know,
It does have a line. Good observation.
Yeah. Now I can't. 30 years
now I
later.
can. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. I responded to it. I said, if it works, go with it. If not, don't do it. Yeah. And I would tell anybody, if you feel like doing it, just do it. Some people are gonna like it. Some people aren't. Some people are gonna think you have to do it in a certain way. I saw a lot of comments there. And I'm not disagreeing with anybody's opinion on it, but I think if you have a double page spread in your mind and it works better to flip it,
Mm-hmm.
flip it. Do
flip it real good.
Get some exercise, nerds or nerd.
That reflection always blew me away. The coloring really was like, damn. Nobody was doing that.
Yeah, what they use special effects wise back in the day for showing sheen and reflection on metal, I loved.
And this is all new Photoshop too. Like this is them learning this new program, like on the fly.
I wish that they did more of that today. Again, that's another thing in the 90s that kind of became passe. Everybody was like, oh, like it became out of style or some shit. People didn't like it anymore. But it added so much. And maybe it's in the day and age now we got colors and people, like all the colorists can do it. But there's something special about line work. And it gives the colorist something more to go into and play off of. I think it's a good relationship. I think it should definitely be brought back. So there you got. Now you got the big reveal, ending this issue, going into Cyberforce issue 2. Because Cyberforce issue 1 had nothing to do with this crossover. It was just kind of a standalone story, bringing the characters back together, refreshing you with what's going on. And this was really sending you over to Cyberforce 2.
And it just shows you what could tear apart two best friends. A woman. But she was hot, so I'll take it.
Yeah, I mean, I'd still bang her afterwards, but I'd be upset about it. All these books. Kindred. You gotta look at Kindred sometime.
Hell yeah. Brett Booth coming back on the A&S in the near future.
Yeah, Brett's getting ready to launch the Last Serpent Prince. Coming up here. I don't know if it's a launch or if it's going to come out with All Elite or whatever that company's called that he's a part of now. But regardless, when that hits in June, he's going to come on. We're going to talk about it. It's going to be fun.
Hell yeah. I missed him last time around. Great episode. Yeah. Joe really picked it up.
Thank you. It's always fun talking to Brett. He makes it real easy. He's just a laid back dude.
Yeah, he's a normal guy.
Jay Lee said, I will say this in my upcoming comic, The Steins. I do have a double page spread. You're getting a book that's based on the old 90s ideas that were used. I love it, and I draw that way. Fuck yeah, dude.
Well, you're in the perfect place.
We just had a show on Wednesday on Out and Stuff who was talking about embracing your influences.
Friday. Not anymore. It's not.
Friday. Yeah, that's right. It got taken down. We got struck because we were looking at
the
cartoon intros, and apparently Lionsgate was like, you can't do that.
You can't look at our stuff.
You can't do that. And
you fans.
Yeah.
Spend hard-earned money on our stuff.
Yeah, Rip Claw was awesome. Okay, great comment there, Jaro, because that's the thing I loved about Image. Yes, these characters were derivative, right? But they were just cool characters. You had some great designs, and they felt like Marvel, but they felt cooler than Marvel, Yeah. And that Artist Elite. That's
them showing something.
Hot in a redhead. So she's be recast by Hollywood today. Yes, she would. Yes, she would.
Of course.
I've reached out to him before. Never heard back. Again, like I've said, I've reached out to a shit ton of people, guys. And he's on one of the lists of one of the guys that never reached back.
Love Sumo Thori.
What's up, Sumo?
Good to see you.
You have the covers I sent them to you. You have the covers I sent them to you, Joe.
Gab.
Gab did the coloring. Oh, okay. Okay, I'd have to look back in the message. I know you've sent me a bunch of stuff. I got you. I'll check that out for sure. I remember. Love 90s. Yes, that's what we're here for. I thought there were more people that loved the 90s. I mean, there are quite a bit of people who love the 90s. Don't get me wrong. But when I first came to Comicsgate, I thought that there was more of a pocket that loved the 90s.
Right.
And then I started to discover like there wasn't. There was actually quite a few people that were newer to comics and didn't really have too much knowledge of the 90s. One of the reasons why we do this show, so we can show some of this awesome art from back in the day.
Right.
But I love getting together with the people. I would say primarily people that jump in this chat or people that loved this era of comics. And it's just always a pleasure to sit here with you guys and go over this art.
Yeah, just call us Snow. We're gonna inform you.
Yeah.
Inform.
Marc Silvestri, co-plot and pencils. Plot. Let's see. I don't see Alan on here.
He fired his brother. That's great.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to Alan, but
we can make up rumors.
But it says co-plot. Like, who's the other co-plot? I don't see. Oh no, Eric.
Then who's
So
Alan?
Yeah,
isn't Alan the music guy?
Bob. Oh, okay, all right, that's what we're doing. That's why. We got the name wrong. Okay.
Bab.
Okay. It's Eric. He's still there. They didn't fire him. He's
all right. Well, we can still make up rumors.
One thing I'll say about the Jim Lee books to the Marc Silvestri books, there was a difference in quality of what they used. Jim Lee used, kind of glossy paper. That's nice. I like this paper too, but this is, I think, a little bit more of a matte feel.
Yeah.
Just not as glossy. It's also not as reflective, which I kind of like. But
you can kind of see some of like the ink strokes.
Yeah.
From the paper, which is cool.
I think this definitely printed out a little bit darker. I mean, Joe Chiodo does the colors, but I think the printing on this is a lot darker, just in general, than what we've been looking at with Jim's run.
Well,
but anyway,
I'm sorry, Joe did the colors for the for the mock-ups. Like the studios did the digital coloring, so it's not really his hand. Like they're following him.
Yeah. We all said Alan. I don't know why Alan popped in my head when it's Eric, but yeah. Thank you guys. Appreciate it. I'm sorry I did not send you photos of the books that I have it now. You have them. Sweet. I will check them out.
And we'll make NFTs.
Eric. We'll remember it's Eric Silvestri. Those books were so good, but they printed so many of them, they ain't worth much on the secondary market. That's true, but I mean, that's why there was a bubble burst, in the 90s. There's a reason why, shit went the way it went. But the cool thing is that for collectors like us, you can always find these in the back issues and the quarter bins and 50-cent bins. And I pick them up every time I see them. I've got so many multiple copies of these early Image books because the original ones I had, I read through so much that a lot of them are just they're torn apart, so to speak. But yeah, so we got Silvestri here doing this thing, very, very similar to what he had done in the miniseries. You can see kind of the improvement on his art, and not improvement. You can see the style change a little bit because, admittedly, so he said that during this period of time he started pushing himself a little bit more to Jim Lee style because that's what was selling. Jim Lee was getting the headlines, and Wizard magazines, like all that kind of stuff, and he purposely made a push to do more stuff that Jim Lee did, and it worked. It worked because he's a fantastic artist. But it wasn't until he hit his stride with, I think, the darkness that he kind of really started to come into the more of the Marc Silvestri that we all fell in love with.
Well, he went up to Rob at a signing right before Cyberforce came out, and he's like, "I'm on to you." He's like, Rob's like, "What?" He's like, I figured out your tricks. And he pulled out that double page spread of Ripclaw, and Rob's like, "Holy shit."
Yeah. He started to figure it out. Like, Mark was a little older than Jim and Rob, so he might have been a little bit more old school in thinking.
Buscema, Mignola with the Wolverine stuff.
Once he tapped into the formula of what his peers were doing at Image, he just took off with it, and he embraced it, and he was awesome at it. This is a beautiful page.
Yeah.
The rendering on this, again, another big shot, but the muscles are great. The form's great.
Killjoy is great.
Yeah, Killjoy is great. You gotta love that. Yeah. Mark's another guy, dude. I'm just like, this is the first time I've kind of read this book in a while, and just comparing it to what we just read, very dark. It came out, the colors are printed very dark on it. Having the same inker and colorist on all your books really helps unify the look, even with Mark and Jim having their own unique styles with the pencils. Yeah. Yeah, it was cool, working in the same studio for a little while. It was cool though to see Marc break out and start to have his own guys and bring in his own kind of stuff. Because when he really broke out, when he brought in different colorists like Hammerlin, different inkers like Bat and all of them, you really saw him develop. The later stuff in Cyberforce, like, because he did like what, issue 22, 23?
Not even.
Was it 20?
Not even, like the early teens.
What, that was really?
If that, yeah.
Oh shit. Okay.
Like here and there, like some pages, but like for the most part, it was
okay.
It was maybe 13 or 14 tops.
Silvestri is the best founder. Yeah, I would agree with that. But you saw, like, once he started getting his own crew together in his own studio and it became Top Cow, you saw a stylistic change in general altogether, and it really fit, and he found his stride. And those later Cyberforce issues that he did were fucking awesome.
Beautiful. That one that we went over with Sideblade, I think it was issue maybe 13 where she's on the dragon.
Oh, she's on the dragon?
I wish I was that dragon.
Oh.
Yeah, I want
to. yeah, so did that.
Just call me Cisco. Unleash the dragon. Shaz D-Wag. Yeah.
Bow. I really like the way he creates motion with Ripclaw's hand in this page. Yeah. That was something I noticed, Bob, back in the day. I love the foreshortening there where you could just really throw your hand at the camera and really just enlarging it. Enlarging? That's not a word. Enlarge.
Yeah, it is.
Enlarge it. But yeah, the action's great. No speed lines. And that's kind of what's cool about it. The action's still there. You feel it without having any of the kind of manga style speed lines with it. Oh man, I saw. Okay, so I can't remember the dude's name is, but there's a guy out there that sells Joe Chiodo's original
Dozer. Yeah, Mendoza. His name is based on Wetworks.
Okay.
Yeah.
And he had this at one point on his site. I wanted to buy it. They're actually really well priced too.
Yeah.
They're not all that bad. But this is just, I love it. I mean, that's, Ripclaw is a stand-in for Wolverine, right? It's a mash probably of a few different characters, but that's just so Wolverine to me. And I think that's one of the reasons why I connected so much with these books when I was a kid, because I loved the X-Men, but I loved the Image characters better.
But there are X-Men, there are Avengers, there are Batman, Spawn, whatever.
Again, derivative, but awesome. And derivative to me is not a bad thing.
No.
It's not a straight ripoff. If it was a straight ripoff, it'd be different. But a derivative is cool because it gives you something familiar, but it gives you something fresh and new as well. I wish Silvestri would do an ongoing book now. Yeah, I just wish you would do something again. Just give us one more run of something.
Finish that Batman.
Finish the Batman book. You just do something.
Do Cyberforce. Do Cyberforce properly. Like, I don't want this cowboy post-apocalyptic.
Oh, the kind of newer stuff.
Yeah,
every time they rebooted.
Come back home, Mark.
Yeah, every time they rebooted and shit. Yeah, I mean, I don't think they have a relationship these days.
They're friendly if they see each other.
Yeah, that's probably about it.
No ill will. It's all competition. Leandro.
What's up, Leandro? Wolverine is literally the Terminator. Ripclaw and Warblade are like, boom. You're welcome. Good night, guys. Bow.
We'll see you tomorrow, brother, as we launch Type 1 mailing list. Plug it.
Yeah, by the way, tomorrow night, 10 o'clock, Otten Stuff, we're launching the Type 1 mailing list. That is this dude's book right there. Launching the mailing list. Everybody show up for that at 10 o'clock. Make sure you do and sign up for that book. We're having some friends on. We're going to have a good old time.
Tell your mother.
Looking back, I don't think Top Cow gets the respect it deserves. At least old Top Cow, you're right. I don't think it does. They were doing some new things, especially when they went a little bit more supernatural, when they went to Witchblade and Darkness.
Because of Spawn.
Yeah. But I always liked the cybernetic aspect of the kind of original Top Cow. Yeah, and I miss that about them. And that's one thing when I'm heavily influenced by Silvestri and Top Cow and all that. Within Reaper Destroyer, that's what I'm kind of bringing back. I'm kind of combining the supernatural and the cybernetic aspect of what those comics were and bringing that to my universe. My Superior Press is going to be putting out books like that, kind of amalgamation of
Thank God. If anybody's doing it, thank God it's you. Because I don't think anybody else can pull it off as good as you're going to do it.
I appreciate it, brother. Thank you.
No.
Keep an eye out, guys. It's going to be good. I can't wait.
Great year.
Got a lot of stuff coming down the line in the next few years, more than just Reaper Destroyer. I got shit cooking. Marc got overshadowed for a long time by Jim, but I think that drove him to continue enough to evolve his style and create better books. I love Wildcats and Gen 13, but they're not Witchblade in the Darkness. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. He took over, guys. I mean, there was a point in time where he was overshadowed absolutely in the early 90s, first couple years, but he took over. Top Cow shot to the top, and at one point was, I don't know, like numbers wise, I don't have anything to specifically back this up, but the best selling books of Image Comics, like they rose to the top because they had some superstar talent. There's awesome characters.
Thank you, Peter.
Oh yeah, Peter. We got Peter coming on too here in a little bit too.
Next week or the week
Next
after?
week? I think
I believe
week,
next
yeah.
Wednesday.
Silvestri is semi-retired right now. I would just say that's the best way I can say it. You know, like he still comes out, does covers. You know, you see, the only reason I back the Kickstarter projects that Top Cow puts out right now with the Omnibuses of Darkness, Witchblade, Cyberforce, is because he's doing new covers for those, you know, those books for the Kickstarters. But that's about it. You know, here or there.
Even his sketches are inspiring. And if that's what we're gonna get, if that's what we're gonna get, then all right. I'd rather see him do Cyberforce.
Another awesome shot there, Bob. Talking about those claws, just man, energy. Love the look in his face, man. Love that. I love that old school 90s wide open mouth. Yeah, you know, and that's the exaggerated aspect of art, of the 90s art that I really dig. You don't have to sit there and be like, oh, you know, his mouth doesn't really open that far, you know, just like fuck it.
Made up, nerd.
Cool. Yeah, it looks cool. Let's just, you know, exaggerate everything. Make it look awesome.
Do you think he's happy when he's in a fighting somebody? Like, what the fuck?
Just wait. The art of that style is coming. Joe Msante book, it has it, and mine has it. And you get ready, it will rock. Yeah, there's a group of us, definitely Jay Lee, you, me, Sean.
He doesn't know who I am. It's cool. But follow me on Twitter. # me.
Clayton Barton. You know,
Corey
Barton.
Yeah.
Fucking Booty Juice, Dan Dahl.
Booty, rocking.
There's a lot of guys out there that's trying to bring that style back, and I think it's gonna be better for it. Oh crap!
Lost my spot.
Damn it. Okay.
How unprofessional.
I just want to bring this up because I really love that shot. I love that down shot. I love the pose that Warblade's in. The perspective of it.
Yeah.
That's just great. That is really great.
And that's tough to pull off, to figure out how to make it, the legs look proper to this and to that, perspective-wise. Look, he's about to fall off the cliff.
Yeah. Yeah, just great shots. Yeah, I've done a few kind of shots like that over my years, and I enjoy it when it turns out good, but it's a pain in the ass when you're working on it. Shelby, yes.
Oh, yeah. Well Shelby's a 30-year vet, you know, like he's at the top of our list as far as inspiring.
Yeah. I have to remember Marc, Jim, and Todd are in their 60s. Valentino's in his 70s. Rob is fixing to be 55. No one is young anymore. Damn, I didn't realize Rob was hitting 55. I thought he was like 51. That's crazy.
He's probably in better shape than all of us.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, he's doing it right. He's eating right, exercising.
Taco Tuesday.
Kozar does look great. I was just over on Clayton and Corey's channel last night, and they were showing updates and everything on, you know, the stuff that they've improved since I started Kozar, and it's looking really good. Really good. Silvestri is headlining MegaCon, but I don't want to gamble on him canceling like many creators did last year. That would suck too. Yeah. The one time over the last 4 years that Silvestri came to Chicago, I wanted to go so bad, but my wife was pregnant, and I was, wasn't going to leave the house for that weekend.
Oh, she would have come on. Anna would have let you left.
Nah, she needed me at that moment. She was pretty pregnant. That's an awesome shot. Again, nice 90s Wolverine kind of fucking. I miss that kind of shit, dude. You know, people give those kind of poses shit nowadays.
Yeah.
It's energy filled. It's dynamic.
It's not real. Like,
it's not real. None of this shit's real.
Yeah.
The Dark Wolverine, he seems vicious. I consider X-23 and Dakin watered down versions of Wolverine. Wolverine is much more vicious, especially before the SJWs got a hold of him and turned him gay.
To a cocksucker.
Don't be on it. I am 50, still have dark hair, and I work out every day. Nice. I am 40 and losing my hair and going gray, and that I've been bald
since I was 23. So you won.
Yeah, hopefully Silvestri. I would love for him to come back around here again. If he does, I'm gonna go. I got to meet that dude sometime in my lifetime. I got to meet that guy and just shake his hand. I don't even care if he signs anything. I just want to shake his hand and say thank you.
Have him sign your chest and get it tattooed.
Oh yeah, on my butt cheek. Yeah.
Ooh.
Marc is greater than pregnancy. Tell that to your pregnant wife. Oh, sweet. So yeah, this stuff is. I mean, Marc is definitely holding his own. He's just got a particular style that's just fun. It's a little bit more raw. Like that's what I love about Marc in general. His line work is just a little bit more raw, energy filled. You saw a bunch of clean lines with Jim in the book we just looked at, or 2 books we just looked at. Quite a bit different here. A lot darker.
There's still a bit of Walter Simonson in there. If you looked at some of his cross hatching with the blades, at least,
Yeah, good call. And he's got also a looser style.
Yeah,
he's got a looser style than Jim, but it works. Really. I think sometimes those loose styles really hold that energy, where a really tight style can sometimes lose the energy, if that makes sense. Out there. This upshot, Marc was great at it.
Those noses,
you see it repeatedly throughout all of his books. He's always got a shot like that somewhere, and it's just always really well done. And it's a hard angle to do, especially with a woman.
To balance.
Oh, you draw that nose wrong, she can come out looking like a pig. It's like there's something wrong with her. But he was so good at drawing faces.
Look at that.
Oh, that's cool. You got the black and white. I didn't remember that. That's a nice preview for the next book.
Fuck yeah.
Just that black and white inked. Man, that's awesome. Look at that. Yeah, Scott and Jim were killing it, man. Like they were leading the pack right now at this point in time. They were leading the pack and everybody was chasing to catch up to them, hands down. Except for maybe Keowen. When Dale came on, was flexing with Pitt, he might have been the only one that was kind of really, really holding his own.
Max
versus Pitt. Eep.
It's just about after it went stupid.
Oh yeah. The first
9 or 10.
Max,
those are beautiful. Yeah. The first handful are amazing. The Pitt one's cool, but after those, it just went really weird. I'm like, this is dumb.
Jay Lee said, I think, or the thing is, Jim's art was this polished, clean look, and Marc had that gritty, dark look, and I loved both. Yeah, because they didn't need to be the same artist, and I think that's what was so appealing about Image is you had guys that had that similar style of like a realistic, exaggerated style, but they in that they all had their own styles and stuff to really fall in love with it and gravitate to.
Well, it's the whole Byrne and Buscema molds, essentially. Jim Lee is a John Byrne mold. Marc is Buscema.
Sumo said there was such an influx of cool characters back then. Not going to happen in the mainstream today. Just regurgitated versions of existing heroes. Yeah, that's absolutely spot on. And I think I heard Ethan talking about it the other day about new characters being created. In the 90s were the last decade in comics where new characters were being created left and right that were just picking up steam and the fan bases were just loving them. And then that dropped off. It dropped off a fucking cliff. And I think now in Comicsgate and independent books, wherever you might stand, that is really where you're going to have to get that energy, that feel back, and get that excitement for characters. Again,
that rim lighting
paper. Yeah. A little bit darker in tone than the first 2 books. Still Chiodo, still going strong, but I almost feel at this time I think they all worked in the same studio. So fuck.
Look at you putting the work.
Oh shit, that's awesome. Yeah. Oh man, I gotta turn the page.
Wait, a paper cut.
Ruin my reading experience. Love that Kirby. Yeah, that Kirby crackle.
Hell yeah.
Max was a blessing and a curse for him. Yeah. Sam Keith's an interesting dude. 90s Silvestri is still very Buscema, but with more rendering. And 90s Jim is Byrne/Art Adams with more rendering as well. Their influences are out front, and that's a good thing. Yeah,
it's not a bad thing to show who your influences are. Like, don't be afraid. If somebody says, don't look at your influences, tell them to blow you.
Damn it, Jasper. The things I do for you. because I like you. Just know that. Just know that.
Oh, it's not the same. One's smaller.
So yeah, that's pretty cool. Let me see if I can lift this up. Keep them together here.
Look at the crunch, like the hunched overness.
Oh, the energy, man.
You know, there's a tad bit of Scott Clark in that face.
You're right. You're right. There is.
Rest in peace to that guy.
Or would that be? Yeah, rest in peace for sure. Or would that just be a tad bit of Jim Lee and Scott Clark? Yeah, that's cool though. It's good comparing and contrast. It's good to see that stuff. Good call, Jasper. Good call. You're a gentleman and a scholar. Thank you for being here. But yeah, back to the double page spread here. That's just beautiful. And I thought it was really cool seeing Jim drawing Cyberforce for like really the first time. You got to see. I thought it was cool when
He
Jim
made him look perfect.
Yeah, when Jim drew Youngblood.
Yeah.
In Wildcats 3,
Mm-hmm.
Youngblood looked fantastic.
Yep.
You know, he draws Cyberforce. Cyberforce looks great. You know, and just it's undeniable that Jim was just killing it at this point.
Nice.
Just on a Darkness Pit trade, and it came with an extra issue of Pit number 1. Oh no, shit,
Nice.
That's awesome. It's for the show. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate it. I would say when Image was rocking DC and Jim Ballant, or Jim Ballant, yeah, who was doing Catwoman at the time. I forgot about him. Yeah, he really started to come into his own as well. His women were still amazing. Yes,
Yeah.
Good call on that. I forgot.
He had some shitty inkers, which was unfortunate.
But he did have some fantastic female
Phenomenal.
form.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That Catwoman miniseries he did was awesome.
Well, he was on there for a while.
Was it an ongoing series?
Yeah, it was ongoing. Beautiful stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. That's probably the only reason why I bought that book was for that art. And I was just like, yeah, and jerk off to this later. I have to give credit where credit is due, but Jim's Savage Dragon issue he did was jaw dropping. Yeah, I think I'm just going to say this. I think he had a lot of ghost help on that.
Well, he laid it out, and Joe Bennett did most of the finishes.
But it was really good. Like, still, I mean, even Jim Lee's layouts are good. Even guys when he has like Art Thibert, whoever, even Scott Williams finishing out his layouts. I mean, it's still going to be good quality because Jim is he's a master. What is going on? Art in Times of Jay Ryan. Hello. Ballanted over 50 issues of Catwoman. Holy shit, I didn't realize it was that many.
Mm-hmm.
That's insane. Nah, I love that. Look at that energy. Just look at it. Again,
those webs. Thwip.
Throwing this out in the Antarctic or wherever they're at in this, another brilliant way to not have to draw backgrounds.
Yeah.
You know, move through everything real fast.
Look, it's a mole in the snow. Done.
But yeah, these are two artists at the time. You know, one at the top of his game, another one just kind of really tweaking his style, but just probably the best artist of the bunch in Silvestri, just going at it blow for blow. Probably working in the same studio, seeing the work as it's getting done, you know, and trying to up it with each issue that they did.
Well, Marc was burnt out for a while, like pre-Image.
You know what? And even with Image, I think it rejuvenated him, but I don't think he really hit that second wave until he kind of got around the darkness. Yeah. I think you really saw him hit a different gear and really find the love for everything again. Because, you know, I heard him say, like, in the 90s, he was trying to be more Jim Lee than anything.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's what was selling, you know, and then he found his art again. That's an awesome shot of Stormwatch there. I like, again, okay, so this is a crossover Wildcats Cyberforce, but it's really cool to see other characters like Stormwatch just watching this all go on. You
They're just watching
and debating if they should
doing what they do,
and they're like, no, not our thing.
Nope, we're just gonna sit here and watch.
Early
Travis
pin up there, pretty cool,
beautiful.
And I would say you probably see, you know, maybe a couple pages or a couple panels in this book that probably have some Travis finishes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's cool. Jim can make everybody look good.
I love that hand, the heat wave hand. Like, I got that from Adelso. Like, Adelso does that on most of his stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jim Lee straight up drew some of the coolest hands.
Yeah.
If you look at the hand, I mean, I really think he popularized that
Burns hands.
the throwing, the hand throw, or whatever it's called, especially like Magneto or whatever, and you just have like all these different hand positions, but they look so good. So good, especially if there was a character that was shooting any kind of energy or any kind of blast out of their hands. He would just put the fingers and everything in this awesome kind of position and stuff.
Yeah, he took what Byrne did and made it cooler.
Yeah, yeah. You need to check out Jim Balance, Tarot. Those books are amazing art-wise. I've heard of them. I've never really read them.
Yeah, my buddy Terry loves them. What up, Pops?
I would love to have been a fly in the wall just to see the Image crew work, see what the vibe was in each studio. That
Cocaine.
would be cool. I know that Extreme Studios was very, very fun, very rowdy, just from the stories of Dan and Marat. I'm not sure about Wildstorm. I feel like Wildstorm might have been a little bit more professional because I think
more of the nerds, like the kid nerds, like they wanted to impress Jim Lee. You know, they're like, oh, we don't want to.
Yeah, and I think Jim Lee was a little bit more professional. You know how he ran things. Rob was a little bit more like, let's have fun, put out some good shit. So the vibes are probably quite a bit different. You're right. It would have been really cool to see the different feel. And I think Top Cow was probably a little bit looser than Wildstorm, but probably still had that professional feel to it. What's up, Butt Man? Good to see you, brother. I think Image X month helped change Silvestri to seeing what Todd did on.
Yeah, that's what got us Witchblade and Darkness is Marc working on Spawn 25.
That was just the luck of the draw. If you listen to that Rob Liefeld Observations podcast, nobody wanted to do Shadowhawk. So nobody wanted to do the crossover Shadowhawk. So Rob bit the bullet and did it because he and Jim were friends.
Yeah.
You know, so they swapped, and that just it just worked out. So it left Spawn open, and Silvestri was like, "I'll do Spawn," you know, and he did it, and that was it.
I was so mad. Larson did Wildcats. That was such an ugly book.
Oh, it was a horrible book.
That was horrible.
It was a horrible book. Yeah, like it was. Yeah.
Oh, Shadowhawk was laid out by Carl as well. More shout outs to Carl. Nice. Yeah.
No, this is the original.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's just that damn good.
It was just that damn good back then. Yeah. There's no recoloring here. This is all Joe Chiodo, the master of that time, just killing it. And the separations. You know, this was the time the Image was really, you know, both Wildstorm and Extreme Studios had their own color
house.
They had their own coloring house, and they were producing some top-notch colors. And this run that we're looking at with Wildcats 5s, 6, and 7s specifically, and going forward, they're rich. They're popping off the page. It's just beautiful work. I love it.
This is the best Wildcats ever.
Yeah, hands down. I thought the character was cool, but
I love the character.
The character's awesome. The design's great. Never got into the book. Never got into.
Oh, it's a good book. Yeah, good story.
Not a big fan of Jim's art. I'm not, and that's not to shit on him whatsoever.
It's just not exciting. It wasn't. He was more of a traditional illustrator coming from the real indie world, doing what we would see as like classical comic book style. Great story, good storyteller.
Yeah.
You know, Chance Wolf. Chance Wolf really fucking popped his art out. So.
Oh, Chance. Yeah. He's fantastic. That's an awesome shot right there. You want to talk about drawing something hard to draw? Draw an intimate moment or something that's trying to show some kind of like sexy, kind of intimate, feel between a male and a female character.
Yeah.
Jim nails it. So does Silvestri.
He's about to finger blaster.
Well, I think he's about to do something else. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? I know what you're saying.
It's like, is that a claw in your pocket? You're just happy to see me.
Maybe a little of both. Slink. Look at that. Oh my god.
Uh-oh. Gotta turn it again.
How are you okay? Do you need a timeout?
I know, like, you
need a safe space?
It's so bad.
Look at this. Oh, rough.
Oh no.
Worries me.
I gotta turn it to see some awesome art. Yeah, look at that.
Yeah, look how beautiful the hair, the tendrils. I love Warblade. Warblade's my favorite.
Yes, underutilized, underappreciated character, Warblade.
Yeah.
Like Warblade, and I always went back and forth with who do I like better, Warblade or Ripclaw. Because I would be like, one day I'd just be like, I love Warblade because the colors are great. You know, you got the silver metal and the blue and the green just work together.
Yep.
And he had a little bit more power with his hands to create weapons.
More T1000ish, yeah.
Yeah, more T1000 exactly. And then Ripclaw was cool. You had the whole Indian kind of aspect to his character, and just he felt more Wolverine than Warblade did. You know, so I went back and forth, but two of my favorite characters, which is probably why I like this crossover so much because it really centers around these two characters.
Well, Phil.
What up, Phil?
You.
I see he's about to start shipping out some books here soon.
Hell
if
yeah.
he hasn't already. Yeah.
He's a hustler, baby. I am for real.
One of the best creators in CG, hands down, with production. Him and his
great
brother.
Hair.
Awesome.
Jealous.
Great hair.
Miss my
great
hair.
Great chops. Great
Look
chops.
what you brought up.
Yeah.
I gotta cry inside.
Yeah, Muttman said, love these sideways pages. They used to do awesome. Yes.
Yeah, I'm going to do a couple of them in type 1.
I might have to as well now.
Yeah.
I might have to as well. It just depends. Well, okay, I'll say this. I think my book, the way it's going to end, is going to end on a sideways double splash page. Yeah, for the setup for the next book. It's going to end like this. Not like this, but it's going to have like that kind of a feel. I think
But it's going to be upside down.
Yeah, it's going to be upside down.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Sean's hair.
God bless you.
My hair, man.
God bless you, or whatever you choose to go.
Jasper, I'm gonna do this just for you before we go on to the last book.
Oh, look at him! Look at that. The
I
upward
think that's
shot.
an awesome idea. I really like that.
What?
Having the preview of the next book.
Oh yeah.
Just black and white.
Mm-hmm.
That makes me think too. Like
Ooh.
if I could draw the cover to issue 2 of Reaper Destroyer, maybe I can throw it on a black and white preview.
Ooh. Well, I thought of it. Yeah, I thought of it.
Yeah.
Let's steal that.
Yeah.
Hey, Corey. Yeah, there's another sick talent. Go follow him. He's amazing. Really inspiring.
Absolutely.
One of my favorite
Those
illustrations.
looking good. Those colors and the art and everything that you guys are doing over there looking awesome. This is something we might have to look at someday when Chris Claremont and Jim Lee got back together. Because I'm pretty sure that's Claremont's character, and they rocked it for like a couple issue storyline.
And it was in Cyberforce too.
Yeah, and that character went over to Cyberforce as well. Might have to check that out someday. All right, here's the last book in the 4-part series. And again, just great art. We were treated here to 2 men. Oh fuck! Look at that. God. Dang it!
You just punched him in his dick. No, he's elbowing his dick. Look at, he's like, don't. Elbow drop.
Right to the nuts.
Right to the nut shot.
I like it.
Kirby crackles everywhere.
Yeah, but that's really cool to utilize those 2 characters like that, because essentially
same character.
It's interesting because when you look at Wildcats and you look at Cyberforce, they parallel each other quite a bit. But the funny thing is that Marc was already developing Cyberforce for Marvel, or trying to pitch it to Marvel. So it was already, he might have had other characters in mind. I would be really interested to see who his original characters were going to be. And I've said this before, was Cyblade originally going to be Psylocke? Was he originally pitching to put that character on Cyberforce?
No, I think it was. I think it was supposed to. They were supposed to be who they were supposed to be.
Just like this.
Yeah, because they're supposed to be their own team.
Okay.
And their Bob's like, no,
save it for Image.
Yeah.
I'm glad he did. Where's Alan? All right, guys, we get it.
I like that. I like the way you think.
But yeah, that's an awesome shot. And I think you can start to see. I was going to bring this up earlier, but this is I think one of the changes you see from issue 2 to issue 3. Silvestri's art is starting to get a little bit cleaner, because I think he's starting to try to capture a little bit of what the Jim Lee feel is going on. That's just my personal opinion. I don't know that for sure, but just knowing what he has talked about in the 90s of kind of refining his art, like comic book Bob said, to a more of a Jim Lee style. I think you're starting to see it within this first book. And this is still Scott inking. Yeah. Oh, it's an awesome. Get that glare out of there. Just damn it. Glare, go away. Can't get it. That's a great shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, Silvestri was great at doing that stuff. Honestly, when I was younger, I think I probably picked a lot of that stuff up from Silvestri. Just that kind of positioning with a giant arm, coming towards the camera and just showing that foreshortening. Because this was about the time I was starting to really get into Silvestri. It was when I was reading this crossover. I was starting to really segue from just being in love with Jim Lee's lines and Liefeld at that time. Like those were my top two guys, and just really starting to get into what Silvestri was doing. Beautiful faces. Even angry chicks, Silvestri can make look hot.
I'm gonna debate you. This isn't the best Silvestri.
What?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Face wise?
Yeah. Maybe it's the coloring that's not.
I don't know, man.
There's something about it. Like Zealot looks fine, but the
Psylocke, you don't like that?
I don't know. There's something about it.
All right, we'll agree to disagree with that, but I like it.
Don't worry, we're not gonna ruin our friendship.
No, that's it. That's it. It's over.
Yeah, we're done.
We're done. I think Silvestri. All right, Suri, shut up. What the fuck is going on?
We're gonna get struck.
I was just gonna say you're gonna get us struck, motherfucker. Always listening.
Yeah.
I think Silvestri is doing less pencils here and letting Scott Williams do more finishing. That could very well be, my man. That could very well be. It's too shiny, says Corey. Holler if you hear me. What's going on, Luke?
Holla. Holla, 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 holla.
Great at drawing faces. Yeah, I still think Silvestri is one of the best at drawing faces.
Yeah, it could be the color that's throwing me off.
Sumo, you're breaking my heart. Breaking my heart. It's all right. I still love you. Still love you. Disavow Sumo. I can't disavow anybody on this channel because I love you all. But yes, I will say that one stung. That one stung a little bit. I will say it. It hurts. And yeah, again, just I love the poses. This is particularly a shiny issue. It's kind of annoying. That's great. Yeah, again, a little bit of showing of what Warblade's power was, a little bit different to what Ripclaw did. Definitely a little bit more imagination that you could use with the way that he could fight and use weapons. But they were both still probably two of my favorite characters in the Image universe early on.
And Jim never did that much of a wildness to these exaggerations.
That's a great point.
His shit.
That's a great point. This is kind of almost seems like it's more of a Silvestri driven thought with that. Yeah. Hail Sumo Thor. Yes, hail.
Yeah, you hail him all the time.
Suri, not a fan of Sean Silvestri critique. Yeah, that's probably what it was. You probably pissed Suri off, Sean. She was like, what? Talking about faces. Are you guys going to do a Perez appreciation show with the new release of JLA/Avengers? Possibly. I'd have to actually buy the book, but there's definitely a possibility.
Oh, shit. Oh, my bad. All right, cool. I don't know that was you. Cool.
What, Luke is Bolt Ninja Hagelman? What?
No, Ryan.
You probably have Luke. Ryan is Bolt Ninja Hagelman.
Oh, cool. I didn't know. Oh, word.
Okay.
All right. Word.
Sweet. I'm all confused now. Do you think it's the colors? They are good, but I've seen better colors done on Silvestri's work.
Yeah, I agree
these
with
colors
that.
were. This was still Chiodo, but there was something about. I don't know what it is. There's something different about the Wildcats books that really popped compared to what he was doing with Silvestri's books on Cyberforce.
Was that an inside job?
Could be. Could be.
Let's start rumors.
He could have also had a ghost, assistant. At that time he was doing a lot of work.
Well, he wasn't doing the computer coloring. This is people working off of his template, if you will.
Yeah, that's true.
So
who knows? He could have had ghost template. I don't know how that works. He might have had, somebody he trusted that he was training. This is just me speculating.
No, let's make up rumors.
There were make up rumors.
Yeah,
Maybe he had somebody that he was training that
he definitely did have people that he was training, and they fucked up.
They fucked up.
Yeah.
That's an awesome shot. Love that.
Good shot.
I just love the shot of it before, just showing him rev up and then just blowing his fucking guts right out. Good thing
those
he's a Cyberforce.
ribs. Yeah,
Cyborg.
yeah.
It's a good thing he's a Cyberforce. It's a good thing he's a cyborg. That's what I meant to say. Oh, yeah.
That's the page. Hold on. Let me see if I can find it. The one on the right.
Oh, I love Hunter Killer. Yeah, I love that.
That's a great one.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite. He does a great job in that too. I did a video not too long ago. If you look at my past videos of appreciating comic book art, just the pre-recorded stuff, I think I looked at Hunter Killer 1. Went over that. Art and Times of J. Ryan. Well, then let Luke the Duke introduce myself. I create comic art without fear of my own channel and put them for sale in my own store where my success spits on SJWs. I like that. I like that.
There you go.
Spit on those motherfuckers.
That's why we like
What are
you.
you trying to pull up, man?
I gotta go find see if it's on my iPad. Hold on.
That's a great shot.
That's the page.
Oh,
you see
wave.
Yeah. How
I
I
dig
turn
that.
this shit off?
I love the form, the female form back in the day. I love that, just like the crazy bent, where her organs shit. I love it. I want to see more of it, as they say. I'm gonna keep on going here while I'm waiting for Sean. We'll go back to this page for whatever he wants to show. Sounds good, Luke. I hope you have continued success with that. Yeah. I've got Hunter Killer as an eBay purchase. Nice. Yeah, I've got Silvestri's entire run of Hunter Killer, and I've got a couple issues of Ebass when he took over. I don't think I have. Well, no. I have. No, I don't think I have any of the Roquefort ones.
Oh,
I think that was when I was getting out of comics when he was doing that.
oh, those are beautiful.
At the
Those
time.
are game changers. Hold on, I found it. How do I?
All right, bring it up when you get a chance. Just share the screen.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's the real reveal. We find out that she is a cyborg. I don't think she knew it either. I think that was the big shocker of the storyline. Hot redheads have to die. This sucks. It's probably thinking like, man, just wish I could bang her one more time. I still loved Velocity back then. Even got Michael Turner to do an 11x17 art piece for me. Oh shit. It's the only time he ever drew her. No shit, dude. You got to show that. That would be awesome to see.
Wait, that's yours? Isn't that online?
Huh?
Isn't that online? I thought I saw that somewhere.
I don't think I've ever seen it. I'm sure it is. Jay Lee saying he got it done for him, so.
Okay. Little Raggedy Andy.
And the whole time, Pulp Fiction style, what was in that case? It was Martin's arm that got blown off in issue 4, issue 3, issue 4 of Wildcats was in that case all along. I'd have to go back and actually read this story again to see how everything tied together, but yeah, just fun book. Nice shot there, all the entire team together after they're done kicking each other's ass, and now they're making good, smacking booties, giving hugs.
We're friends.
Yeah, we're friends again. I dig
We're
it.
friends.
Luke said hot redheads have to be played by black lesbians who can't act. Oh, that's true. That's true.
Wait, what? Here, I'm gonna pull it up.
Okay. I'll go back to it. Oh, you pulled up. Sorry, I just removed it. I went to pull it up. You pulled it up. All right. Oh, sweet. Okay, hold on a second. I need to. Ba-doom. That's awesome. Yeah, zoom in there. Oh, that's the shit. That's the stuff that Sean brings to this show. That's what I'm talking about right there.
Welcome, nerds.
Man, look at that rendering, dude. This fucking cross hatching. Yeah, that looks good.
Tell me when to go up because I can't see you.
Go up.
Yeah.
Yeah, go. Yeah, let's say just do a slow. Go back to the top and do a slow scan.
Slow burn.
Yeah, do slow movement so we can see what's going on here. Yeah, it looks like they put this. They were still putting the words right on the board with Cyberforce, at least. I don't know if they were still doing that with Wildcats, but man, that's good. That's awesome. I just love the movement there. Great
Great
Face is
gradation.
amazing. Again, the face is so good. Did the yelling very well. Love the lighting on it. Some cool bounce lighting. The hand positioning is just, it's simple, but it really works.
Great gesture here. Can you see my arrow?
Yeah.
Like here, that's a great gesture.
Mm-hmm. And again, being able to like silhouette something, in this case, you add a little bit more to the silhouette with some of the speed lines, so you're showing some kind of movement there. It's not just a straight black silhouette. Really, really works.
Like right there, the cuts and
Yeah.
everything. This is beautiful. Now, his art should be in black and white. Like,
Oh yeah.
Like,
yeah.
forgive me, nerds, but like this should be in black and white. This should be an absolute edition or uncut or whatever the cool name is. But yeah, the foreshadowing of this, the leg going up, like it's wild.
Yeah, that is really good. It's the same thing with when Jim Lee put out, or they put out the artist edition of Jim Lee's X-Men. Like there's some of this stuff just looks so good in black and white.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I really, after seeing this, man, I wish that Silvestri would put out 11x17 black and white collection of his Cyberforce run. That would be, oh shit, there we go. That would be cool. That'd be really cool. Sick line work. Yeah. Stunning in black and white. That's one of the reasons, guys, and I'd say this to a lot of creators. Have a black and white line version of your book on your campaign. Depending on the art style. I mean, not every creator has to do that, but if you've got like this style art where you've got a lot of rendering, you've got a lot of cool stuff that you don't want to get lost, put a black and white version of the book on there, because no matter what, no matter how good of a colorist you're going to work with, you're going to have lines that get lost. Like we always saw that beautiful line work, and I love Joe Chiodo, but you lose a lot of that line work.
Yeah, I never noticed that was there.
Yeah, like I'm watching Sean scan through that, and I'm just seeing like all the beautiful cross hatching and stuff that gets absolutely lost because the colors come in so strong and cover it up. So having those black and white versions of the book really allows you to see the art in its pure form. And if anybody got the black and white version of my ash can for Reaper Destroyer, you're gonna get kind of a sense. You're gonna get kind of a sense of what I'm gonna do. It is going to be a line art version of this book. Oh yeah, I guess I got the camera here, don't I?
Oh, Joe, guess what?
What?
Now you got that page.
You sent it to me?
Yeah.
That's why I love you, dude.
Well,
I love you. You are gonna get this feel, because there's so much awesome work here, awesome line work. I'm not just blowing my own horn, but the guys I work with, I'm talking about Joe Weems and Matt Bat Banning. A lot of awesome cross hatching here that we do together as a team that is going to get lost at some point, even though Kyle Ritter is a fantastic colorist. He's going to do an awesome job on this. Colorists are going to do what they do. You're going to lose some of this work. So get a version of the book out that's going to show the pure black and white so that everybody can enjoy it. So that's my shout out to creators. Put a black and white book out there. One, they look awesome. Two, you want to see that work in its pure form. That could also be pre-press printer inks saturation issue. That could have been. I have noticed that with Cyberforce issues, they definitely seem to print a lot darker than the Wildcats do, and that definitely could be why. So,
we're friends now.
I would have to see the color guides for that to see what Joe Chiodo really did over those lines and see how they still showed up. Oh yeah, I forgot. I was almost about to say, and that's it, guys, but I forgot how you end this book, leading into you got the the Return of Ballistic. See, now this is where I think
picked up
Marc. Yeah, he really shines. That is just something different. Like it's a different feel. It's almost a different feel to his art in this splash than the rest of the book. I love the lighting on it. And again, Chiodo, man, there are colors, and Steve Furkow was really good at this as well. When you can utilize purples and greens and just make them pop and make them look rich, it just adds so much to a page. That is just absolutely gorgeous. Those color choices for this, with the green, the purple, the grays, bluish grays here. Same thing here with this cityscape. I love the lighting on the city. It just really gets you into the feels, the motion, puts you right into the scene. Yeah, it's awesome.
That
is
weirdo
awesome.
in the corner, Rat Boy.
Yeah, Rat Boy. But yeah, you have a black and white for that. I'm sure it's out there somewhere.
Oh, bro.
Ballistic totally rocks. Yeah, that was a cool character too. People want to give shit, right, for women in the industry. Well, I'll tell you what, some of the strongest female characters were in the late 80s and early 90s. Mm-hmm. Especially Image really leaned into the badass female characters. You're carrying guns, you're kicking ass, like all this kind of stuff. That to me is a strong female character, not some SJW, bisexual lesbian or whatever. Like that.
Well, she doesn't look that strong. It looks like the gun's falling out of her hand. No, I'm kidding. I'm joking.
Hey.
I'm joking. Relax, nerds.
It's a stylistic pose, man. It's a sexy pose. That's the thing. You can still be a strong, sexy female.
Independent.
You still get the pose, which was awesome about Silvestri. Silvestri and Turner did the same thing, and he learned under Silvestri. But you were able to put these female characters in these sexy kind of model poses, but still draw them in a way where they just look badass and they still look like they could kick ass. What's that? A badass female character that still looks hot? Exactly. Yep. Still looks like a chick. Still got the tits and the ass and the form, the long legs. She's not too butch, not too manly looking, the way it should be. Great show, guys, but I really need to know each character's pronouns to enjoy this story. Yeah, at some point she's got to be like, I'm ballistic. He hurt. Or wait, what is it? I don't even fucking know because I don't pay attention to it. Ballistic,
us, that, what?
I, us, yeah, me.
Me, you, what?
Just so we're clear, that's who I am.
And you, your brother, with your mother.
Yeah, Jay Lee. I don't know if you saw, we did Michael Turner stream not too long ago with Frega. And we looked over all of the Ballistic miniseries, along with some Witchblade and Fathom and Soulfire. But that Ballistic miniseries is just beautiful. Come on, dude. If you're going to do that, at least catch it.
Ow!
Come on, dude.
Clearly, I'm not good at having things going towards my mouth.
No, we all know that's not true. Come on. One more time. One more time. You got this. You got to do it. You're live now.
Oh!
Dude, seriously, you're embarrassing me. All right. There you go.
Third time's a charm, nerds.
There you go. Got it. Thank you.
Stick to my
Tilt
rug.
and a chemo. Fuck, why can't I read? Akimbo the guns. But yeah, Tilt the hips. Yeah. I want that miniseries. Do it. Find it. Go on eBay, order it now, or go to your local comic book shop. Order that. I think you can still probably order that, but eBay, I would definitely say it's worth it, man. It is absolutely worth it. Everything in that Ballistic miniseries is great. Michael Turner just destroys it. The colors are amazing.
Yeah.
Who does the inks on that?
Was it?
Who was?
Not JD.
Fuck was I know it offhand.
Could have been the Weems.
Was it?
Bat or Weems? One of the guys. I don't know.
It might have been. I can't remember. But yeah, it's well worth it. It's well worth it, guys. Go check that out. Kindred, like I said, we're gonna check out the Kindred series too, because that was some really good early Brett Booth work. I like to look at a lot of these guys' early career and just see where they started, because a lot of these guys are so talented, and then they got under the tutelage of Silvestri or Lee or Liefeld or whoever, and they exploded onto the scene. Wildstorm was especially really good at these guys coming out and just being like J. Scott Campbell's first. That's what we gotta look at too. We gotta look at some fucking Gen 13. Because J. Scott Campbell came out and just slaughtered it with that miniseries. Brett Booth came out and killed it with Kindred, and later with Backlash. You guys are going to hate me. I have all the Ballistic miniseries and the first 12 Witchblades and the first 5 Fathoms and 1 Soulfire, all autographed Michael Turner. I do hate you now.
Pretty
That's very
peeves.
true. Yep. I never got anything signed by Turner. Like I said, the only time I got a chance to meet him, I was standing in line. And the line got cut off right in front of me.
My mother introduced me to him. Not the way you guys think. Relax. She cut the line. When I was hanging out with Rob. She's like, "Oh, I met this artist. I think he's up your alley." So we're walking down the line, the aisle, and the Aspen booth is just swarmed. I'm like, oh, how cool would that be if it was Michael Turner? And lo and behold, it was that Mexican spirit my mother has. She's like, I'll cut you.
We got an ad here for Bow and Board.
Oh, yeah.
With original art by Marc Silvestri, Dale Keown, Brandon Peterson. That is an awesome rip claw right there, I have to say. Love the lighting on his face. Mood lighting was something that Silvestri did so well. Still does so well. There's no past tense about it. He does so well. And it is incredibly hard, ladies and gentlemen, to drop that kind of shadow on a face and make it look good and not make it look weird. David Finch is great at it. He learned it from Top Cow. Silvestri is just a master at it. It's just beautiful. Love it. It's that kind of stuff that really it makes me want to up my game. Like that's the kind of stuff I want to start doing with my art. More and more. Get that lighting going. And you can cross and you can level up and get that lighting going. All bets are off. Sean dies on the stream.
It almost happened once before when we had Clint on. Horrible diabetes droppage. Remember that?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, that wasn't good.
I mean, sugar.
I remember when that Rip Claw was sold. Really?
Nice.
No shit.
Wait, did you work for them or am I lost? Am I confused?
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I think you did. He was around. Yeah, tell us, Jaylee. I can't remember. Story. I know you've said it before.
Testify.
I kind of Rip Claw shot. Absolutely Jaro. I got Supreme and Team Youngblood from that. Oh,
nice.
Shit.
As long as it wasn't by Penny.
Bow and Board. That's awesome. Enough with the facts. Okay. I changed my mind. I love Silvestri's faces. Yes. Enough with the faces. Facts. God dang it. Dyslexic motherfucker. Yes. See, hopefully I changed your mind, Sumo. I'm just saying. Even if I didn't lie to me, because I'd like to be lied to. Long story. All right. Well, we'll talk about it someday. We'll talk about it one day. Let's see. What?
Hey.
That's
what's up, bitches?
That's right.
My
show. Do this.
Oh, look at that Eric Larson poster.
Oh, okay. Get rid of that. Well, guys, this was a fun show. I was really looking forward to doing this ever since we talked about it last week. I'm going to do a show on Tuesday. I haven't figured out exactly what we're going to look at yet, but I'll let you guys know throughout the week. But I want to do this more on a weekly basis. Sean's always got really good ideas, but also they have to be books that I have. It's also got to be something that I want to look at.
I think you might want to look at this.
Sean and I are usually on the same page with a lot of stuff. But go check this out. Killer Instinct, crossover between Wildcats and Cyberforce from Wildstorm Studios at the time. This was before Top Cow became a big thing. I think it was probably right in the midst of Silvestri getting ready to start his own thing. But it was one of the coolest crossovers that Image did. It was one of the first times in the shared universe that they had where they cross over two major teams in a big storyline.
Yeah,
and it worked real well. The characters played great off of each other. You had two fantastic artists in Jim Lee and Jim Lee and Marc Silvestri, really knocking it out of the park and going to town on it. Fun read. Definitely go find it if you don't have it. I think this should be in everybody's collection. And I hope we learned something today.
Hold on, bring up Jay Lee.
I did not work for Image, but I had connections with Jim, and in '94 I was teamed with Kelsey Shannon. Oh, that's right, in an indie company out there, and we were doing a book called Shadow Knights. Kelsey went to work.
That's familiar.
That's right. I remember you saying that on one of our streams that you were. Yeah. Okay.
Very cool, man.
Get on the show, Jay. Yeah, we do this.
Yeah, we got PayPal.
Yeah. We'll have to hit me up, man. We'd like to get you on out and stuff sometime. A Perez show. Yeah, Jasper's really wanting that Perez show. One of these days, and I'll be completely honest with you, I don't have a lot of Perez work in my collection. He was a little bit before my time, and it was one of those guys I didn't get into until later on as an artist. Same thing with like Byrne and like all those guys. Like, the era I came up in were the late 80s, early 90s artists and on. So that's why primarily I look at a lot of these guys from the 90s because that's just where my love and my passion is from. I'm definitely not opposed to Perez, and dude is an absolute beast and a legend. Same thing with Byrne, Buscema, all those guys. It's just I don't have a lot of stuff in my collection, and I prefer to look at physical copies of stuff that I have instead of trying to find like digital stuff from like Comixology or something. So if Sean's got it, if Sean's got stuff like that, we can do that too, because I don't think I'll ever do a show without Sean on it as far as we're looking at comic books. So that's
Nerd nut.
that's
I gotta check
probably
my
something
storage.
yeah, I was just say if it's one of those times where it's Sean's looking at the physical copies and I'm just here doing commentary, that works too. So maybe I won't rule it out, but
Oh no! Wait.
especially if he passes anytime soon, we definitely should do something for him just to honor that career.
Damn.
Jaylee says for the
Ortiz. Arachnus. That was a great book. I wish they brought that back.
Dude.
Yeah, I love Arachnus. We should do that.
I've only got a couple issues. I don't have the
I got them all. We could do it. We could do it.
Let's do that.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
We'll figure it out.
Cool.
For the Ortiz brothers on Arachnus, I went over to Japan to work for NJPW and did some shirts for Pantera. Pantera, Drowning.
Okay.
Like actual Pantera, Drowning Pool, Gizmo, Sub-Zero.
Very cool. Yeah, Arachnus was awesome.
Arachnus was cool. That was one of those independent books you saw on the shelf that really kind of stood out.
Yeah.
The art quality was good. The character design was awesome. It should have been like an image book, honestly.
They were going to bring it back some years back, and the art was great. It was very Finchy, but the design was a little wonky. I wish they stick more with the traditional as far as the tendrils or arms were. But yeah, Arachnus, that's a book. Marc's was trying to get that to come back, I believe.
Jasper said, "Why hasn't Kelsey been on to promote Norris Saga or Mind Your Business?" I don't really have a contact with Kelsey. I think I might have hit him up a long time ago for like a commission on colors or something, like way back when. He's never responded to me. So I mean, honestly, guys, for people to come on the show, they got to respond if I reach out to them. Otherwise they're basically saying they don't want to be on, which is cool. I don't hold any kind of grudges, but that's just what it is, If
they see a demand where like people reach out to them and they're like, "Oh, maybe I should go on the show."
Yeah, I mean, if you guys want to do a favor, if you want to see somebody on Ot and Stuff or something, tell them, tell them we've been trying to get a hold of them, and we'll see what happens. We would love to have Kelsey on it. That would be awesome. What's up, Eric the Guapo? By the way, everybody check out his YouTube channel. He does some excellent comic book reviews. Very well done. He did one on Reaper Destroyer that was very, very good. Actually made the book sound cool. No, I'm just kidding. We did a really good job. Like listening to it, I was like, yes. I was like, Eric gets it. He also did a one on Groken lately, or just recently, that is just I'm jealous I don't have that book yet. But yeah, everybody go sub to Eric's channel. If I have any mods in here still, somebody drop the link in there. Actually, Eric, I'm gonna make you a mod real quick. I want you to drop your channel in. I want you to drop your link to your show or to your YouTube channel in here. Oh shit, I gotta change accounts. Hold on a second. Oh, Eric, you are a mod. Drop your link. Eric's already a mod. Drop a link to your channel so people can check you out and sub. It's a good channel. I want more eyes to get on it. Got to run. Catch everyone later. See you, JLE. Thanks for stopping by. We appreciate you always hanging out with us. We're about to get done here too. Let's see.
But more importantly, join us tomorrow night on Ot and Stuff, where I'm going to be dropping the mailing list for Type 1, 10 p.m. Eastern time.
Tomorrow night, baby. Tomorrow night, Type 1 goes live for the mailing list. It's going to be awesome. Paulus Arts says, "Hail, stopping in before I go to sleep. Hail to you."
CP time.
I'm about to go to sleep here probably in about a half hour too. Kelsey is beloved. He is. Everybody loves Kelsey. I would gladly have him on the show.
Yeah.
So people start, hitting up his Twitter saying, "Hey, come on out and stuff."
He reminds me of Captain Lou Albano.
I can come on and talk about what happened back in the 90s sometime and promote my book. No problem. Great stream. Yes, let's do that.
Yeah, we got PayPal.
You would fit in very well on and stuff because that's the stuff we like to talk about.
Yeah, we like stuff.
DM me, Jaylee. DM me. Let's set something up. Later, Jay. Great show tonight. Thank you, Mark, and thank you everybody for joining us tonight. I really enjoy doing these streams. I know there's other streams out there where people look at comic books and stuff, but I appreciate you guys hanging out. I won't say that.
I will.
No, there's some good stuff out there. No, I'm not gonna.
No, I will. I'm from Jersey. No fucks given.
Yeah. No, there's other good channels out there that look at books too, but I like what we do here. I like the people that come and hang out in the chat. I think we've really struck a chord with like this kind of era of stuff that we really get into. And I think from new people that come in here too that haven't seen some of these books that we've shown, people hit me up and just say like, hey, thanks for showing that book, made me really want to go out and get it. I never knew it existed, that kind of stuff. And that makes me feel good that we're really, making sure that this art, that these comics don't die, and we're keeping it alive. So always good to have you all here. Well, thank you. Are you Bullet Ninja Hagelman? Is that what we just discovered? Okay. Thank you, Jay Ryan. Appreciate it. So yeah, that's it. So tomorrow night, guys, Type 1 is launching 10 p.m. tomorrow night on Ott and Stuff. Be there. We're gonna have some friends. We're gonna hang out. We're gonna launch Sean's Type 1 mailing list. I should say mailing list, not the actual campaign. We're launching the mailing list.
Well, I did launch a campaign last night. Just I don't know what it was.
By accident, yeah. Yeah. Live and learn. Live and learn. That's all you gotta do. But yeah, join us tomorrow night at 10 o'clock, and then that's all I gotta say, guys. Go sign up for Reaper Destroyer. That's live on IGG right now. If you haven't already, that's it. I'm falling asleep in my mind, so I'm losing it. All right, guys, thank you for joining us tonight. It was fun, and see you tomorrow. Talk to you later. And as always, I almost forgot. Picture me naked. Peace.